living, it's doing it. It's doing that. That's a done deal. It don't take no scholar to figure that out. Everybody knows that the United States is finished as a global power. They already know that. Right? So, alhamdulillah. Okay, that's not hard. I'm almost finished. Post-traumatic growth, finding meaning in creative adversity, finding meaning. See, okay. Appreciation of life, new possibilities, personal strength, and the number one thing is spiritual change. And I'll just say this. We'll mention it next month, but after Ramadan, the first program we're going to have post-Ramadan is on Imam Jamil Alameen. And we're getting back on that program. And this time, nobody's going to play the last time. We just gave whatever we collected to the people that was designated to get it, and they cut his throat. Okay. But the greatest compliment I ever had was when I was at the county jail down there, and he said, I want to thank you for everything you did. I said, no, we just thank Allah. He said, I've thanked Allah. Now I'm thanking you. He said, you didn't come down here and ask me what should we do. I said, I've been to jail 100,000 times, so I don't have to ask nobody if you look at the case. What's the case, right? What does he need within and you do that. That's all you hit. I would just tell him, I didn't have to ask nobody. I can see what's happened. And I told him later, I could see the niggas around you. It ain't worth a dime. None of them. Anyway, so that's what we'll be doing. After Ramadan, we'll hold our first Ramadan program will be Imam Jamil, and we'll try to put together a team that he has some time left, so we try to get him out so he can be out here and do what Allah done hooked him up to do. So, be happy. Make your own identity. Selective destiny. Selective destiny, you select your own destiny, not the white man or the system or your job. Select your own destiny. A volunteer spokesperson inside the USA, pro-Islamic forces, anti-Zionist, okay, Zionist American battle space. Well, we call it a free gift. And I'll close with this. Everybody that's going to do something serious should have certain goals in mind. But along with those goals, where you're going to go and how you're going to get there, what time, it's all those things. But an attitude, the attitude that you have will go a long way with how far you go, And attitude means a position. You have taken a position. Devin is a person, purpose, expectation. And I'll close with expectation. They had a study in Oakland years ago, 1968. And it was about the Oakland School District. And it was about expectations. They gave a group of students to teachers, and they told the teachers, these are the best students with more potential for progress in the Oakland Unified School District. And they told the teachers, and by the way, we chose y'all as the teachers because you are the best teachers in the Oakland Unified School District, right? And they had them work together for 1 year, and the average student progressed 3 years in 1 year. And when they told the teachers, well, you guys have done such a great job. The average student that you've been teaching have progressed 3 years in 1 year. And the teacher said, well, you gave us the best students in the Oakland Unified District, so it was just, said, no, they wasn't the best. We just chose their name out of the hat. And then they said, well, it was us. We were the best teachers. They said, no, we chose y'all name out of a hat too. So they was, well, what was it? You expected something from the students and something from yourself. You expected that they're teachable because they're 3 years ahead of everybody else already. These are the best students, or they have the potential, right? So you expected something out of them. And when you ran against your normal troubles, you expected yourself. I'm one of the best teachers in this district. So I can figure out how to teach that dummy. He wouldn't even call a poor kid a dummy. They would call him a challenged student. This one is challenged. But I have the skill, right? And they averaged 3 years in 1 year. There's expectation. You know, the hadith say about Allah, I am to Allah. I mean, I am what the believer expects of me. There's a hadith Qudsi, that means it's a holy hadith. That means if you expect a little bit here and there and a little bit there, Allah's hand is closed up, so you're right. But if you expect unlimitedness from Allah, Allah will do that. And I'll close with this. Dear believers, this is our shot. Why not give it a try? What the heck? You can't lose anything. You're going to die anyway. Either die in your bed or you have an accident. One thing pretty sure, you'll be leaving here. Either it'll be on the 1st of April or the 5th of June, but you're not going to be here forever. Right? So why not give it a shot? They make fun of the Negro. He's a buffoon. He's a clown. Why don't we just clean that up? Us. The maturity, the discipline, all that stuff we can do for somebody else. We can become a Navy SEAL and some kind of other crackpot, right? And we can turn out things you never expected for boss man. Can't do it for ourselves. What's going on, right? We don't do that for ourselves. All it takes is the same thing: focus, discipline, confidence in ourselves. So we want to thank y'all very much for putting up with this boring little talk today, but we're on a roll. When you come back here next month, we won't be in the same spot. When you come back next year, watch and see. If you think you're lying, come back next year and see what things look like different around here. Any questions, any comments? No questions, no comments. Okay. Alhamdulillah. See y'all later then. No, yeah. Any clarification is needed? Anything that wasn't explained or with a little more thoroughness?
Is there any other contribution? I know we need finance, but I was listening to something coming over here, and it was in reference to leadership in crisis. And okay, from each individual, and basically to, of course, help the business grow.
Right. Right.
So, and it gave the employees some participation.
Participation.
So, I thought about it coming here. That's something that it generates conversation.
Right. Right.
Conversation. So maybe that's something that I guess I'm dealing with,
Right.
but also it's something.
Well, if you notice that at all of our meetings, we always ask for participation and contribution. The only thing about this time, it will be not demanded, but see, because they know one person do no whole thing. It don't work like that. So remember, all of us go places, all of us acquire. We have a wealth of knowledge, and just imagine when we use collectively what we have just here right now, just us right here. Could nobody do nothing to us if we use what we have right here right now? Organization of this many people right now that's all focused on one or two goals headed in the same direction, looking out for each other, backing each other up, supporting each other. Hey, man, uh, it's unbelievable because usually there's a few places where the people automatically kick in. And that automatic kicking in comes from, I'll put it this way, because I've heard this guy, Morandi, mention it the other day, and I've been saying it for decades. When people from here would go to Iran, they would, the press, all of that, the taxi driver pick them up, and they didn't know Iranian customs. So Iranians complain all the time about everything. But during the war, they sent their best pistachios. You saw the ceremonies. They handled everything, right? But when you watch the news here, remember the news in 2009, they were swearing that the Islamic Republic is finished. Why? Because they was listening to the people. The people was telling them, I'll tell you what relate to. Did you ever see the lecture that the Rahbar gave in 2009 when everybody was just, it was on June, I think it was June 19th or something like that. The people was all wearing white like they for martyrdom. Man, you couldn't, they was sitting there, they was on the edge of they was ready to go. But see, the people here, they send snitches over there, or they send press, and the Iranians tell them, the Iranians are complainers. They do it to each other, they do it to everybody. So all the cab drivers was telling all the press, this place is messed up, da 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 da. But when something happened, they all there solid. They're just complainers. They ain't serious. They sending their best stuff to the war front, right? They locked in, but they complain. They didn't know that was a national custom in Iran. Complaining. They gonna complain, and if they was here listening to the brothers complain here. But when something come up, they all in on it. You see what I mean? So that goes our way when people misunderstand who we are, right? And they misunderstand our makeup. The average black person can take more abuse than a white kid, more everything, right? He can just take it. It don't even think about it, right? Okay, that's part of our makeup. The only thing that we haven't been doing is channeling. Every time somebody comes to channel our resources, we make gigantic steps. Then they come around and kill that guy, and